Hoka, hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita live stream of July the 28th, 2023. Is Alita a Metahuman Revisited, where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, the Muskogee Creek from Denver, Colorado. And with me, I have Lee, and he's from Fountain, Colorado. Hello, Lee. I think you're muted there, Lee.
Oh, shoot. Oh, there we go.
No
Sorry
problem.
about that.
That's all right. And from Arvada, Colorado, we have Do Not Stand By. Hello, Do Not Stand By.
Hey, Creek.
All right. Lee and I were just talking about you. We hadn't heard from you for a while. We was hoping everything was okay and everything.
Oh, thanks for the concern. It's been a crazy month. My refrigerator broke, and I've had a lot of family commitments. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm able to make it today.
All right, cool. Well, we're glad to have you on board. That's for sure. And of course, Lee's going to get a kick out of me again because I forgot to advance the slide yet one more time. So, boy, we got a complete Colorado contingent here today, I guess. Angela said he would be on, but I think he's going to be just a little bit late. So, you know, or at least he said he was going to be on unless something came up at the last minute. So, Yeah, we've had some kind of hot weather, I guess, here of late. It's not quite as hot as it was, I guess, a week ago or so, but I think where I'm at here in Littleton, Colorado, actually, it's pretty warm. It gets up into the upper 80s, which is what, about 30, 35 degrees Celsius, I guess. So something like that anyway. So what about down there in Fountain there, Lee? Do you guys gotten any hot weather down there?
Oh yeah, it's pretty hot down here too.
Yeah. How about you? Do not stand by. The same thing.
For sure, it's been really hot, and that made having to live without a refrigerator for 2 weeks even worse.
Holy moly, God Almighty! Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure I could handle that. So anyway, we got David Alexander out there in the chat. We got he's from France, and I guess we got Finn from Switzerland out there in the chat. So welcome aboard, you guys. We got a few folks out there in the chat, looks like. So before we get on to the main topic, want to remind everybody to sign the petition. And you can see there we are almost at 178,000, and we picked up, gosh, I think we picked up nearly 20 people this past week. So you know, I guess folks are seeing that, you know, or at least have seen some of the tweets I put out, you know, about this. And we did get a few people to sign it, you know. So if you haven't, and those of you in the future that are going to be watching this after, you know, the stream live here, then certainly if you have not signed the petition, there is a link down in the description below the screen you see here. Please do so, sign that, and help us let Disney know that we're serious about getting that sequel. Or let me rephrase that, sequels. Am I right, guys? You betcha.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Also, we got a fundraiser going on, and you know, also there's a link in the description below below the screen here. So you know, if you can, give what you can. No donation is too small. If it's $1, hey, we're happy that you could give that. If not, if you can't afford it, don't worry. We're not going to shun you or anything like that. Or I guess for those of you that don't know what that colloquial shun means, it means we're not gonna dish you in any way. We're not gonna put it on you. So what we would like you to do is retweet, you know, or you know, tweet that that URL out on Twitter, on Facebook, you know, Instagram, and help us make folks aware that we're trying to raise some money, not only for the Alita sequel or sequels, but also to help give some deserving individual who's challenged, you know, to give them physically challenged, to get them a bionic hand, you know, similar to what Tilly has. And Tilly actually did a little video for us on this. So, you know, so she's behind this as well. Okay, I guess on to the actual topic. Now we've discussed this before. It's been a while since we've discussed this, but I kind of wanted to come back to it because I think, you know, we had some disagreement, not disagreement, but well, it was, but a friendly disagreement about, you know, what Alita was for sure, you know, because, you know, you can get mixed up with that term metahuman because the DCU uses that, or DCEU or DCU or whatever. They use this term a lot, you know, to, I guess, to depict or to describe, I guess, superheroes. Well, Alita is not a superhero. She's basically just a human, if you want to think of it, a regular person who has extraordinary abilities, but she's not like a crime fighter per se. Now, yes, she is a hunter warrior, so I guess you could say in some regard she is a crime fighter, but she's really just trying to discover who she is. She's trying to get by in the world she's in, and she faces challenges with that. And of course, these extraordinary abilities she has really helps in this area, you know, particularly when yeah, that's right, Finn. She is definitely a kick-ass angel. There's no doubt about that. So she's definitely that. But I think what I want to concentrate on here for the most part is that there can be somewhat of a fine line between these three categories right here: enhanced human, superhuman, and metahuman. Okay, the word meta actually means beyond, whereas super, when you see that word superhuman, you tend to think of superhero, or it could even be someone who is maybe a very elite human, but has strength and power or whatever, that's a very tip top of humans, but they're above most humans. Whereas metahuman is more of a multiple orders of magnitude greater than humans. And you could even make the case for superhuman being that way as well. And if any of you remember some of the streams we've had in the past where we discussed maybe Alita is an enhanced human. So, and we're going to get to that in just a little bit, about the difference in these three. Really, an enhanced human, any cyborg, even if it's a 1% cyborg like Maxie, you could say he's an advanced human because he does have technology. Welcome, Angelus Hokahay, and good day, mate, down there from Brisbane in Queensland, Australia.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
You haven't missed much. We just barely got into the difference in these three categories. So, and Angelus remembers for sure that we've talked about this subject before, I guess.
Oh, I remember the word itself was mentioned, but I can't remember if it was just directly at her, or if it was compared to in one of the versus videos, if you want to call it that.
The versus videos, plus the I guess very early on in the stream when Angelus and I were not very good at this. Not that we're all that great now, but we were pretty green way back when. We did a couple of videos about Alita, how she compared with superheroes, and then that term metahuman came up, So, but I wanted to kind of get away from the comparison with other superheroes and just concentrate specifically on her, as a cyborg who does have extraordinary abilities. Now, the one thing about this too is that you see that Imaginos body there. She's not a cyborg there. She's an android. But we've always maintained that since a good part of her being, her personality, certainly her memories, who she is as a person, is all embedded in brain chip that she has as a android. So in a very real way, we all said, yeah, that's right, Angelus. I knew the uwu thing was going to come up here pretty quick. But anyway, she's we've always maintained that she keeps her human qualities. She is very human, even as an android, because she still has those I guess you could call them the driving force behind her sentience, whatever you want to call it. She is definitely a human, from just from a personality and intelligence standpoint. And we're going to ask the panel here what they think she is when we get through with this. Now, in terms of Alita herself, we're really going to concentrate mostly on two bodies. Now, we're going to mention one or two other bodies, but I really want to just concentrate on these two for the most part, because this is what the Creek thinks, here, but I want everybody else on the panel to chime in. Like in her berserker body, the Creek thinks she's superhuman because she does have abilities way beyond humans. But in her Imaginos bodies, all four, if you count Martian memory, there's 4 Imaginos bodies. Now in the manga, there's only 3. There's 1.0, 2.0, and 2.1. But particularly in that 2.1 body, she is godlike, or God, I guess you could say goddess-like. And I think Finn would agree with this. She's a goddess, isn't she? And I think Angelus would agree with this. She's a goddess. So, yeah, really. But she has abilities in that Imaginos bodies that are just way OP. I mean, just, you know, we're this is like Thanos level or dark side level, you know, kind of ability, you know, in terms of what she can do. You know, we're going to get to that in a little bit. So any thoughts about these two bodies here, guys?
Well, I think I can definitely agree with you in the godlike abilities of the Imaginos body. In her Berserker body, I think going off just the definitions of the words, I mean, you could definitely say she is a superhuman in the Berserker body. Definitely. I would probably go with she is an enhanced human with superhuman abilities.
Okay. How about it?
That's just me.
Okay, no, that's great. You know, what do you think? Do not stand by.
I would agree. I think that in her Berserker body, she's superhuman in the sense that she's got incredible strength and incredible physical skills. But in the Imaginos body, she can actually think close to the speed of light, and that's the point where you'd have to say that's beyond superhuman. That's nearly godlike.
Yeah.
But in the end, she's always relatable. She always has the same human vulnerabilities, the human struggles.
Yes.
So regardless of her physical abilities and her fighting abilities, we can all still relate to her. And that's what keeps her human to me.
Okay.
Very well said. Agree with that.
How's it going there, Vladi, from the Shire?
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thanks, Scott. Yes. I almost didn't join because of you, Angelus. With your join us, birthday boy.
Happy
Did you
birthday.
Did you enjoy your birthday present from Selena and Leanne?
Oh yes, I did. I already replied to her on Twitter. I forgot to mention it was my birthday, but I hadn't replied to her on Instagram yet, so I was like, "Oh, this is a birthday treat for me." Kind of fishing. Hopefully, she'll give me another birthday treat.
So, Selena Leon sent you a message, Vladi?
No, this is just her tweet where she posted a very pretty picture of herself.
Ah, okay, all right, yeah.
I'm going to be a bit distracted. I'm just playing a game.
Not a problem, man. You know. So anyway, I guess let me go back just one slide here because I want Vlad to catch Vladi up on this. We talked about, you know, of course, the question is Alita a metahuman? And of course, enhanced human is someone who has abilities that are greater than most humans, you could say, or they're like have technology on them. Superhuman is a person who has abilities that are greater than humans. But maybe they're more of a like an elite human or the very top of the human chain, or maybe even one order of magnitude. Metahuman is beyond human. Their abilities, you know, what their characteristics, what's inherent in them is several orders of magnitude greater than humans. And that's kind of what we talked about there very briefly. Now, that said, Vladi, this here is
Sorry, what was the difference between metahuman and superhuman again?
Well, superhuman is going to be a human that has abilities that are greater than humans, but they're not like orders of magnitude greater. You know, they may be at the very top of the human, you know, I guess category or whatever in terms of their abilities. They may even be maybe twice as good as humans, you could say that. But metahuman is beyond, because that term meta means beyond. This is abilities that are beyond any human, and so therefore it means orders of magnitudes greater than humans.
Okay.
So that's kind of where that comes from. That's that term meta. That's what it means, beyond. You know, whereas super, you know, is well, in my mind at least, just a little bit below that.
It's
Now,
ironic then that the metaverse ended up being so like it's below even like
Subpar.
video game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The opposite meta.
Yeah, I guess that would be weird. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that, you know, those three categories is kind of what we want to look at Alita. So, and now what you see on the screen there is what the Creek thinks. And, you know, I think Lee and Do Not Stand By agree with me that in her Imaginos body, Alita is a metahuman. She's godlike, you know, whereas in her Berserker body, Lee thinks she's an enhanced human that has superhuman abilities. And Do Not Stand By, I think she also has superhuman abilities. So anyway, what's your take on that, Plotty?
Yeah, I think she's the Berserker body because she can die. I guess she's more like a metahuman.
Yeah.
I mean, superhuman. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, my game just started.
What about it, Angelus? What do you think? And I think Angelus is muted.
Oh, yeah, I was. By definition, I would say that is all correct, but compared to most, if not all, other cyborgs,
Yeah.
she'd be a step above well, pretty much all of them.
Yeah, even in her Berserker body, she'd be what I guess you would call a super cyborg, wouldn't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Because she doesn't have any problem kicking the crap out of any cyborgs that are in Iron City, that's for sure. Because I would say that those cyborgs would be enhanced humans. By the way, what do you think Alita would be in her doll body? Although we don't have that up here. What's your take on that, Lee? What would she be?
Well, that's the thing. For me, enhanced human is usually always seem to be referring to any kind of a human whose capabilities were enhanced by an external force of some sort, whether it be a mutagenic chemical or radiation or, you know, cybernetic augmentation. So I would go with still, you know, enhanced human. I don't know if she would have superhuman abilities because the doll body seemed to be built for probably the higher end of human capability.
Yeah, I think so.
So she would be an enhanced human still, but she wouldn't be at superhuman levels of capability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do Not Stand By.
Yeah, I agree. I think that from the bar fight, she was not orders of magnitude better than the bar fighters there. She was good enough to be able to take on any of them, but not good enough to take out Gruishka with the doll body. So I agree with Enhanced Human as well.
Well, she certainly took him out with that Berserker body, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Took her all of 10
Easy peasy.
seconds. Yeah. 10 seconds and he was split in half.
Yeah, imagine an entire platoon of berserkers like that.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, that a platoon or think of, you know, something like
Makes you think how Nova stopped them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you wonder just how powerful the Earth's defenses were to be able to stop them.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they
didn't stop all of them, did they? 11 of those sky cities came down. So, you know, so yeah. Or think about a company of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good Lord, man. I mean, a company or a division of berserkers. Holy crap. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure how you would stop them because I don't think EMP would work on them or the way they're built, you know, in terms of
that's actually something I always wondered. That paralyzer, that taser type weapon that they had.
Yeah.
I always wondered, would her berserker be affected by that at all?
I would say no, because in my opinion, her heart in her berserker body, she doesn't have that heart in her Imaginos body, but I think her heart in her berserker body, and even her doll body for that matter, and of course in the manga she's got the civilian body. I think it's so powerful that I think those taser type weapons that those little spears they had, I think that would just be a pitiful percentage of what.
Well, that's the thing. They don't actually affect the heart in any way. They scramble the neural signals to the limbs.
Yeah. So I don't know. That would be interesting. Of course, remember Tanji said that they should have jacked her when they had the chance, you know.
Yeah.
I that might have worked on her in the doll body. I don't know.
I think it would definitely have worked in the doll body. I was just wondering what kind of and how effective any shielding that the berserker bodies might have would be.
Yeah. Because remember, the doll body didn't have any nanotech in it. Well, it did have some nanotech. It had the cyber blood, you know, which had some nanites in it. But the berserker body,
the low level of nanotech that's commonly available for basic systems.
Yeah,
but
that's
considering the high energy battlefield that they'd be fighting on, it would probably have to be heavily shielded against. Because I think even basic energy weapons that ships would use, if you were too close to them, they probably put out a powerful EMP field when they fire.
And of course, when she was on the moon, it had no effect on her, did it? Because those ships
depending
were
on the energy weapon.
Yeah, that's right.
I think if it's a particle beam, it's probably going to put out a massive magnetic field that could be a problem for unshielded troops standing too close to it.
Yeah, I think so. What do you think, Vladi?
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
That's
No.
what I figured.
What do you think the doll body is? Is it?
He was being distracted.
Yes.
You want to see why?
Yeah. I can see on the screen why he's distracted. So.
What's on the screen?
Oh, you can't see the screen?
It's just showing the godlike Imaginos body.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was talking about the other distraction.
What? Selena?
Oh, okay. Selena Leon. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Oh, hang on. I'll show
I'm
the
still
rest
waiting
of the
for her
people.
birthday wishes.
Just quickly. There you go.
All right, yeah, no problem.
That distraction.
Ah.
It's actually Rocket League, but sure.
That's I think the tweet's only about 4 hours old. And yeah, that's Alita's body double. For good reason.
So at least Selena now knows that today's your birthday, Vladi.
Indeed. Well,
yep,
she might see it too late.
Yeah,
It would be great if she could record me a little video message, like singing "Happy Birthday," like Marilyn Monroe, except she's wearing the Alita cosplay suit. That would be my ultimate dream.
Yes.
Happy birthday to Laddie.
Yeah.
Happy
That's
birthday, Mr. President of the Alita Army.
You're the president? Oh wow, I thought Maxie was. Well, no, Maxie's the Pope. That's right.
No, I just had to say president for the Marilyn Monroe thing.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I know I'm not really the president. If only.
Okay.
I won my Rocket League game, lads. Victory.
Repeat that, Vladi.
I won my Rocket League game.
Oh, nice. What is this? What is Rocket League?
It's basically soccer, but with cars. And you control a little car, and you hit the ball around, passing to each other and shooting.
Ah.
And they got jet thrusters and things to...
Yeah, you can fly.
Ramming speed.
It's good fun. Simple fun. It's like the only game that I can play these days. I seem to have lost the attention span that I used to have when I was a kid, where I could play like games for like hours on end. Now I just have to play like 5-minute car soccer games. All right, I'm going to stop playing.
Like motorball, but with cars instead of
exactly.
Oh, I can see that.
You can blow each other up too in it. So just like motorball. All right, I quit now.
That's all right. Now, do not stand. Go ahead.
The doll body is obviously it's more strong than a human body.
Yeah,
but it's obviously still quite far below the berserker and
I think so. Yeah. Now, do not stand by. Did you say what you thought the doll body was? I don't recall.
Yeah. I mentioned referencing it to the bar fight and Grishka.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Guys, update.
Yeah.
Our beautiful berserker body double has said to me, "Happy birthday, love," and then kiss lips. So
Oh, cool. Put that on
that's
this.
just what I wanted. Thank you, Selena.
Share that, Vladdy. Come on, we got to see it. Come on.
I don't know how to share that.
Well, you see where at the bottom it says present.
I see more. No, I can't see that.
On the live StreamYard. Excuse me.
Nope. Angelus has just got to do his regular dying thing.
No, yeah. On the StreamYard screen.
Yeah.
Down the bottom.
Yeah, I'll send you a little screenshot.
Okay.
Angelus.
Put it in the private chat and then I'll display it.
All right.
Vladdy, I'm jelly.
And you should be. I would be too.
Yes.
I'm going to frame this. Who should I send it to, Angelus or Creek?
You put it just put it in a private chat. I'll do it.
No, send it to me and then I'll put it in private.
Oh, okay. Chat. Send it to Angelus and
it's always easier for me to do it on PC.
Okay. Yeah, give it to Angelus.
I'm on the stream on my tablet, so it's awkward. There you go.
You got it, Angelus?
Yep.
Cool.
Hang on, I'll share screen because I know how to. Bloody can continue his birthday playing whatever he wants.
Whatever his little
diatribe. It's his birthday. I think it's this one. No. No. I thought I had it up.
What are you looking for? Just open the DM and click on the picture.
Yeah. Hang on.
There you go. Look at that. Frame it. Happy birthday.
Cool. Nice.
Love you too, Selena.
Well, now
hope to see you in those Alita sequels. Plural.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I went back and looked at that. I guess it was an interview you guys did. This before I became in the Alita Army, I guess, or got into it, where you interviewed Selena, and she was great, man.
She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah. Everybody we've had on here has been really good. They've, on Radio Chaos, they've all been, they've
all been so nice.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool. So anyway, Angelus,
what do you figure out who we're going to get on next? Surely we can find someone.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I mean, it'd be great if we get Rose on, but
I'm opening my birthday chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah, that crinkle.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Birthday chocolate. Love it.
Yes.
It's Tony's Chocolonely. Do you know that brand? Very thick chocolate.
Finn, today is Vladdy's birthday. Finn said birthday. Whose birthday? It's Vladdy. It's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you. Thank you. Spent most of the day cleaning my house because my mum's coming to visit tomorrow.
I heard that. God, I need to clean my house. That's for sure. Anyway, moving on here. Well, it's not too bad, but still it's bad. Angelus, what do you think? What do you consider Alita in her doll body?
A masterpiece.
Well, actually, he's kind of not wrong there. But
it's more like a work of art in a doll body.
Yes.
I'd just consider her a normal cyborg. It's just that her experience that she can like push it to its absolute limits. Because sure, yes, she lost against Gruishka, but she still fucked him up while doing it.
Yeah.
Fashion master. Thank you, Finn.
Yeah, HT Alita fashion master. Yes.
Oh yes. But yeah, so yeah, normal human level cyborg, but her experience and combat abilities pushed it past.
Yes. What about those two images on the screen there? What do you think? Do you agree, or do you got a little bit differences with it, or what?
100% agree when referring to her uwu, but anyway.
Okay. Yes.
But yeah, no, I agree with it as well.
Okay.
Did you know that it's World Milk Chocolate Day today?
No, I didn't know that.
Now, it's just typical for me. Like, it's totally ruined my teeth, milk chocolate, but I can't get enough of it.
Ah. Yeah, my mother, well, Vladi, we've had this discussion. My mother was English, and she really loved sweets. You know, I mean, God, man, I just always wondered why she wasn't a diabetic as much as sweets as she ate. You know, and I often wondered if that was an English thing, eating sweets all the time. You know, maybe it isn't.
The reason she wasn't a diabetic was probably because she didn't eat like giant platefuls of, you know, fries like Americans.
Yeah, that's probably true. You know, I think you're right about that. She did love tiramisu, though, that's for sure. She loved that. But yeah, I think you're right about that. She didn't eat, you know, like 3 or 4 helpings of cakes or pies or ice cream or stuff like that. She just ate a little, you know, but it was, you know, to me, it always struck me that, God, you know, I mean, because I mean, if,
lucky bastards. Sorry.
that's all right. Why? What's lucky?
Well, people that live in San Antonio, Texas.
What about them?
They get to see Robert Rodriguez live in concert.
Yeah, I was watching his the song. What's that song he did for Kill Bill 2 with the same band? I love that one.
Yeah.
And it ends with like Sirarosa, so it always makes you think of. I've retroactively made it about Rosa Salazar.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll show what people mean just quickly on it.
All right.
This is the part where we just completely deviate, but it's kind of Alita related.
All right, yeah.
That one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I knew I knew he played the guitar. That's because he's done that. I've seen him on some little shorts, you know.
Yeah, and obviously we can't see his face, but like he's definitely not any of the other guys where you can see, and like there's no mistake in that hat. That's a Rodriguez hat right there.
Yep. Chicone. Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's cool.
Anyway.
All righty. So anyway, just moving on from there, I guess.
So have we not already had this discussion? I'm getting deja vu or something.
Nah, I'm doing a little
being a metahuman or something.
We have sort of, but I've you know, in the past it's always been with the idea of comparing her, you know, with other like superheroes. You know, and I didn't want to do that this time. I just wanted to focus on her, you know, not could she kick Thanos's ass? Could she kick Darkseid's ass? You know, stuff like that, you know, which I think
discussions.
Yeah, well, I think in her Imaginos body, particularly that 2.1 body, she could kick Thanos and Darkseid's butt easily, I think, you know, but I didn't want to do that this time. I just wanted to focus on her, you know, as well we should, right?
Yeah, we don't want to cheapen her by comparing her to like silly superheroes.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, but we've seen versions of this slide, you know, but just to recap, you know, she's got, you know, even in her doll body, she's pretty strong, but, you know, in her Imaginos body and in her Berserker body and her Imaginos body, she is extremely strong. And of course, being a cyborg, you know, she has extreme durability. One of the things about that too, you remember when she was in the Zot, she got blown to bits and then reassembled, you know. That's pretty durable right there. You know, you could get blown to bits and still reassemble and win the fight after that. That's pretty amazing, you know. In terms of her speed, I think Do Not Stand By, I mentioned this a while ago, but in her Imaginos body, she can run near the speed of light. And if you remember, a couple of years ago, we did a stream comparing her with the Flash, Superman, and Quicksilver. We did that. And in her Imaginos body, she favorably compares with them, or is right in the same ballpark, And she does run very fast, even in her Berserker body. Now, we didn't see that in the movie because there was only one scene where she actually was running, in her Berserker body. And I remember I calculated that she was running about 125 miles an hour, which is roughly 200 kilometers an hour. But that was with her, stopping and starting and jumping and stuff like that. And the distance she covered, was kind of interrupted by these turns and stuff like that. But certainly no human can run 125 miles an hour. That's for sure, really fast reflexes. And of course, in her
Cricket, you're wrong. I can, if they announce when I'm heading to the Alita sequel.
Yes. Yes, you could go 100. I will go 125 miles an hour myself going to the Alita sequel. That's for sure. Of course, I might have to have a car to do it, but
I would have been camping out the cinema the night before.
Yes, that way you
I never planned that far ahead.
Yes. She has really. Oh, go ahead, Angelus.
And I'd have like about $98 with me, because I'd be paying each person $1, so I can be the 99th person to buy the ticket.
Well, you would want more than $99 because the ticket's going to cost you like $11.
No, like as a bribe for everyone
Australian.
else. Please go ahead of me. Please go ahead of me. Oh, wait, you're number 98? Yeah, you can piss off.
And then the cinema fills up and you can't even go.
Yeah,
but more seats than that.
You would need at least $15 Australian to get into a movie, wouldn't you? Yeah. Well, anyway, in terms of reflexes, for her to be able to run fast near the speed of light, she's going to have incredibly fast reflexes. Not to mention the fact that if she has to turn or miss something like a building or a tree, her body has got to be able to, because just the slightest move at that speed is going to create tremendous momentum, and the body's got to be able to handle it. And even in a Berserker body, she can run at hypersonic speeds, and she's going to have very fast reflexes there. Now, we did see an example of that though, because when that Centurion fired that bullet at her, she deflected it with a Damascus blade, So for her to be able to do that, she had to have reflexes that were no greater than 10 milliseconds, from determining how far away that Centurion was from her and how fast that bullet would travel and stuff like that. At the maximum, it would be 10 milliseconds. It would probably have to be less than that, because 10 milliseconds, she would barely deflect it. And it looked like she had no trouble deflecting it, And we already talked about, the fact that she's got some pretty extreme endurance. She can, cyborgs in general, not just her, but cyborgs in general. And I got this from the novelization, that they can like run or do something continuously until say one of their limbs falls off, so because they are part machine, Now she does have to sleep, I guess, but still, if you got something like this chasing you, you may as well just give up, because you're not going to outrun them and you're not going to outlast them. They're going to catch you. You might be able, depending on the cyborg, you might be able to outrun them for a little while, but you're not going to be able to maintain that pace because you're going to get tired and they are not. Certainly very old. 300 years old chronologically, certainly, and mentally though, teenager, early 20s at the best, or at most she was in her early 20s in the movie. Now in the manga, toward the end of Last Order, she was probably in her mid 30s, maybe even say 37, maybe, at the very
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. And we've seen other cyborgs have this ability to self-modify. Like, you remember there's that one scene in Justice League where I guess Cyborg actually reattaches his leg and he's got to weld it back on and all that stuff. Alita doesn't have to do that. Her repair ability or self-modification is subconscious. So in other words, when Gorishka punctured her with those grind cutters, she didn't have to stop and, you know, maybe fix it or something like that. The nanites took care of that immediately, you know.
Yeah, adaptive technology of a berserker body.
Adaptive, that's a very good term. Yeah, exactly. And of course, she's got that plasma weapon, you know, that she can use, you know, and even to the degree, particularly in her, I guess, now in the anime, she could call down lightning with that plasma weapon. But I think in the berserker body in the movie, I'm not sure she could do that. But in the Imaginos body, she definitely can. So there's another trait there where she's godlike because, you know, Thor, the god of thunder, he calls down lightning with that hammer of his. Well, she can do that as well, you know, so particularly in her Imaginos body. And in her Imaginos body, she can manipulate technology. She can hack into networks, you know, she doesn't need a laptop, let's say, you know, to be able to hack into a network. She can hack into it just using the systems that are residing in her body, you know.
Or use her teeth.
Yes.
Because, you know, Bluetooth.
Oh my God.
Tooth.
Oh gosh. Oh
Purple
no.
tooth.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yes.
Remote hack.
Yes. And certainly she knows Panzerkunst, which is that martial art for cyborgs. And of course, with her having these extraordinary abilities, you know, that's going to just enhance the damage that she can inflict on others, you know, using those techniques. And then that last bullet is the one we all love about her, is that, you know, she does not give up ever. She never does, you know. So I think the fact that, you know, she was cut in half and only had one arm, she still gave Gorishka something to think about, didn't she? when she jammed her hand in his eye. That was pretty wild right there.
That's her strongest power. Never giving up.
I think so. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, it might not be physically, you know, because running the speed of light near the speed of light is pretty damn awesome, you know, or even running at hypersonic speeds is pretty damn awesome. But there's just something intangible about that determination she has, you know, that endears her to us, I guess. So did I leave anything out there, guys?
Don't think so.
Yes.
What? Oh, I know what it is. We're coming up on that. Don't worry.
Okay.
She does have that uwu.
Continue.
Yeah, she does. She does have that uwu. There's no, that's for sure. Of course, I don't want to be too creepy. Alita's my niece, so you know.
She does have an army of fans, though.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
Probably the only set of people that do respectfully apply the uwu. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I remember seeing a meme where I guess Loki was saying he had an army, and Alita looks at him and said, "Oh, that's nice," because Alita has an army as well. Okay, her strength. You know, there's no way of telling. Oh, we just lost. Do not stand by. I think maybe he had to leave, though. I think.
Yeah,
that's go. Right. He had to leave. That's right. So I guess there's no real way to quantify how strong she is on the left there. I know Alita's 4'11", which is, what is that, 1.5 meters, I guess. Now, you know that better than I do, Angelus, I guess. But you know, that thing she's holding up over her head there is over 6 feet, which is over 2 meters, I guess. And if that thing is made of steel, that is going to be several. That's going to be at least a couple of tons, at least. And she's holding it with one hand.
Yep.
Would the Creek love to have that kind of strength at it is competition next week? I'd love to have that. Yeah. You know, that right there is way beyond humans. No human can hold up something like that weighs probably a couple of tons, or at least 1 ton, at least, you know, because I mean, you think about it, that's not as big as a car, I guess. So, you know, maybe it's a ton, maybe a ton and a half, you know, something like that. And she's holding it up like this. Holy crap, you know. So that is orders of magnitude in strength greater than any human. And then on the right there, that machine gun, or not, it's actually a Gatling gun's what it is. I remember calculating how much that thing weighed based on another Gatling gun that, Lee, you might be familiar with, called the GAL-19, I guess. And it's a gun that they use on helicopters. And that GAL-19 weighs 139 pounds. And so what I kind of did was I had to make an assumption that, you know, the inner workings in terms of, you know, how much metal was in it, you know, what kind of free space was it, because, you know, the chamber's got to go around, you know, it can't be just solid metal, you know. And
it's probably got pretty tightly packed mechanisms in there.
Yeah, and as does the GAL-19, you know. Now the GAL-19 is not near as big as that thing, but, you know, being able to measure how, you know, knowing how big the GAL-19 was and how much it weighed, and comparing it to the size of that Gatling gun that she's got there, which is more of a Gatling cannon, that's what it is. I calculated that cannon weighed 600 pounds, and she's holding that sucker with one hand, you know, and to fire it like that for 2 seconds, you know, that's what she did in the movie. That would require strength that would enable her to hold up something that's 800 pounds, you know, at least, you know, and the way she was holding it too, just on top there, just holding it, you know, she could probably curl that damn thing. And if you remember, after she shot that Deckman all to hell, she just threw that gun.
Yep, just tossed it.
Yeah, just tossed it, you know, toward the camera there, you know, or toward where the Deckman was, I guess. Like it weighed.
Power is so hot.
I'm sorry?
Her power is so hot.
Yes. I mean, you know, who knows how much she could hold with one hand. I mean, she easily was holding.
Yeah, we've got to
gun.
test this. We've got to test this out. In the sequel, she needs to have a sequence where she like sees how much she can actually lift.
Yes. Oh, the Creek would love to see that. God.
Yeah. They need to get you in. They need to get you in as a cyborg, Creaky. You could be in a powerlifting contest with her.
Well, she'd kick my ass in a powerlifting contest if she was real. You
Well,
know,
you would be a cyborg too, though.
Oh, I
obviously.
see. Well, they're not going to do that. They're going to want an actor in there that knows what they're doing.
No, every single small role should be made up of Alita Army members.
I agree with that. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
It's got to be done.
That'd be nice. I'd certainly love to see Tilly in there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that would be awesome if Tilly was in there. You know, maybe just a little shot where, you know, Alita's coming out of you know, Doc Ito's clinic, and as she's coming out, walking down the street, Tilly kind of walks by her or says hi or something like that, and goes in, and Gerhard opens the door for her, and they both go in. Something, it could be something that small. It'd be, even that would be awesome, I think.
Yep.
But how many humans do you know that could hold something that weighs 600 pounds like that with one hand and fire it, and then after firing it, just toss it like it weighs?
None.
No, that no human being could do this.
Oh, according to the stats on the 50 caliber GAL-9B or GAL-19B,
yeah,
the recoil force at 13,000 rounds per minute is 575 pounds of recoil force.
So, and she's holding it still, isn't she?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, crap. My guess is that she could probably hold 1,000 pounds, probably a half a ton,
Well, if you're looking at a 600-pound gun and say that has the equivalent force of a GAU 19B at
Mhm.
575 pounds of recoil force, that's over 1,000 pounds that she's
Well,
holding steady.
Yeah. Well, the GAU 19B's only got 3 barrels on it, and this gun has 4. So you got to figure it's going to, and they're bigger caliber too. The GAU 19, was it 50 caliber? Is that what that is?
Well, GAU 19B is the 50 caliber version of the GAU 19.
Okay, and the GAU 19A is a 30 caliber, isn't it? Something.
Regular GAU 19. GAU 19. I think it's a 12 points or a 7.5 millimeter. Yeah, the GAU 19A, electrically driven 3-barrel. Oh, it's also 50 caliber.
Oh, it's 50 caliber.
50 caliber
okay.
BMG. So yeah, they use a very large round.
Well, I measured this, compared the barrels, the diameter of the barrel based on Alita's height. I measured it and kind of calculated that is a 100 caliber gun. Each one of those barrels are 100 caliber.
Well, I actually looked at the casings that came out of the gun. They look to be smaller than the 50 caliber's brass casing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at the movie on that then, which I don't mind doing.
Oh,
yeah. To see that,
I mean, they looked maybe about the size of a 7.62.
Yeah.
So the thing's probably got a fairly small ammo type, but they probably have a lot of punch to them.
Yeah. Well, that's got 4 barrels. So, well, we got to, if it is a 7.62 millimeter gun, which is 30 caliber, I think.
That's the thing. 7.62 millimeter is still not a small round. That's a pretty good sized rifle round. And if you get a lot of powder behind it, or assuming they have some other kind of propulsion technology built into the gun itself, like a magnetic coil that accelerates the round as it's coming out of the barrel, then you can get a lot of power out of even a small round.
Yeah. Well, even if it is smaller.
And not to mention, smaller round, you can pack more ammunition into a magazine.
Yeah. But, even if those barrels are smaller, the gun she has got 4 barrels versus the GAU 19 has 3. So it's probably going to be similar in kick, isn't it, in terms of its recoil?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, it seems that it at least equal to it, maybe slightly greater, who knows. But she is holding that thing pretty steady. I mean, it's not like she's, kind of pushing her all over the place. She's just holding it steady.
Yeah, there wasn't, when she was walking the fire across the Deckman, there wasn't a lot of drift on the barrel from the look of it.
No, there was not. She missed the first couple of shots, but when she got it
without a targeting system, she had to, kind of eyeball it. So hence, walking your fire across your target.
Well, my point was, though, even though she missed, she had to pull it down to the point where she was hitting it, and she did that with ease. When you shoot something and you're kind of pointing up or something, it'll have a tendency to kind of kick up,
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was able to just push it down and just, keep firing at him. And
that's kind of what I was referring to when she was able to walk it across. That requires being able to keep the weapon steady to be able to do that.
Yeah. So that's awesome Bauer right there. I know in that one video I did maybe 3 years ago, I computed that she could I estimated that she could probably do 10 reps of 600-pound curls with each arm. That's 600 pounds.
I think she could probably do a lot more than that because her body
probably
tired.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because all I could go by was that one instance where she's holding this gun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she could probably hold more than this, but at minimum, I think she can curl 10 reps of 600 pounds with one hand.
Easily. I think she could probably go until she gets bored, or her brain starts needing nutrition, and she'd have to stop for a meal.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway,
I imagine she'd get bored before it gets too far into it, though.
I think so. Yeah. Well, she only shot at that Deckman for 2 seconds, but that's because she already blew him to hell. So, so anyway, but these 2 panels right here, particularly the one on the left too, that thing weighs a lot more in the gun, and look how she's holding that up. I mean, it's like,
well, it's not just holding it up. It's the fact that she ripped it out of its mechanisms and other mountings in there.
yes,
So that would have required even more physical strength than just holding it up.
Yeah.
So probably double the amount of weight the thing might be estimated. That would be what she could probably be able to lift, at least.
Well, and
if not more.
That image on the left, that's her Imaginos 1.0 body too.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, holy crap.
The,
I mean, you know, now I don't know. You probably can't assume that just because the Imaginos 2 body is not twice as strong as Imaginos 1, just because it's got a 1 versus a 2. But at the very least, it's got to be equal, you know, at the very least.
I think the Imaginos 2 body, a lot of its enhancements were along the capability of its reaction times and things like that.
Yeah, reaction
and
time.
its durability as well. I
yeah,
think.
That's right.
There might have been some strength enhancements as well. But
Agreed. But look how I remember Angela said this. Look how strong she is, and she looks good doing it.
Mm-hmm.
so there's more ooh there in there, Angela. so anyway, this to me on the left, that's metahuman level stuff right there. On the right, I think that's bordering on metahuman, but I'm not sure. I don't. You know,
I guess it's a little difficult for me to use the word quite like that. I'm so used to using it in the framework of the DC universe.
Yes.
The metahuman label was basically a catch-all for any kind of was it Martian Manhunter, Superman, Batman, and Flash all have very different backgrounds for where their powers come from.
Well, there was some debate here a couple of years ago whether Batman was actually a metahuman.
In the DC universe, he counts because of his massive level of training.
And his intelligence,
and his money.
His money. But I also, though, I saw many of the DC fans say, no, he's not a metahuman. He's just an elite human, you know? Well, okay, we're splitting hairs now, I think. You know, but anyway, another thing, the reason I guess why I bring metahuman up too here is once again, I don't want to compare her to any superhero because she is not a superhero. But that character Cyborg in DC Universe, he is considered a metahuman, and to me, Alita in her Imaginos body is much more powerful than Cyborg is.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying it's difficult for me to use the term metahuman just because I'm used to the definition applying to a broad range of superhuman capabilities. Even if it's like, godlike abilities, they still fall into that category. So I guess it's, just the usage of the term is very different for me.
Yeah. I think with Alita, though, maybe we go away from God and put goddess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So any comment on this, Vladi or Angelus?
Not really. She's just really strong and great, like a goddess, as you say.
Yes.
Can Alita do that hacking thing? In the movie, Cyborg hacks into a machine. He can use all the systems of the world to do anything basically. She can't do that, can she?
In her Imaginos body, in her 2.1 body, I think I don't know if she can do it in her 2.0 body or not, but I know in her 2.1 body she can hack systems.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think she can do it. Unlike Cyborg, I think she can do it remotely.
Yeah.
Cyborg, I think, has to actually have physical contact with the machine. Yeah. She can do it wireless.
Yeah. Which makes her, even that part of her, more powerful than Cyborg.
Yep.
Yeah, because she hacked into Melchizedek too, didn't she? So
I think she hacked into quite a few things.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, our girl's pretty awesome in Last Order. She's awesome anyway in just about all the manga and the movie and the anime, but she is really awesome in Last Order, I think, which is where you see on the left there, that's a panel from Last Order. So
Actually, I think that's from the last issue of the original version of the ending that Kishiro put together.
Oh, is that one of those side endings or one of those side stories, or is it just the very last chapter?
It's the one where she turns into the Tree of Life.
Ah,
She looks
okay.
great too.
Yeah, she does.
Mm-hmm.
Love the way Kishiro draws her.
Yes, I do too. But here's Creek's opinion. On the right, she's a superhuman. On the left, she's a metahuman. And I'm using metahuman here, not to get confused with DC. Just beyond anything any human can do. Now, on the right, you could make the case that maybe Captain America could do that, you know?
I'm not sure he could.
Well, I think Captain America, remember in, I guess it was in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, he did hold that helicopter from taking off, if you remember. You know, he was, and that required a lot of awesome strength right there, you know.
True.
So he might be able to do what she's doing on the right, maybe.
I think he'd have to use at least both hands, though.
Well, he did use both hands. He had one hand on a railing.
Yeah.
And the other hand on the, I guess, on the helicopter on the.
Well, I'm saying he wouldn't be able to hold that thing up with one hand like she's doing.
Oh, on the left? No. She's not going to be able to do that. Yeah. And look how easy. Look how easy she's holding it. That's the thing. You know, I mean, that is nowhere near her.
That is limit. A trivial effort for her.
Yeah. She could probably throw that sucker at you the way she's holding it up.
It doesn't look like it's even straining, whereas I saw one of Creaky's earlier videos where he's like bench pressing, was it 365 or something? I don't know.
One of my videos?
Like it was like a couple of years old actually.
Oh no, it's probably
on Facebook.
It was probably could have been 248. You know, maybe 250 something, maybe even 275, maybe, but yeah. Oh, no, you're talking about that one where the video where Alita says, I'm not impressed. Is that the one you're talking about, Angelus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 335. That was. So, well, if she could do what she's doing on the left there, she's not going to be impressed by the Creek benching 335 pounds. She's not going to be impressed by that at all, you know. I mean, probably 335 would be like 1/10 of what she's holding up right there. And she's not even straining. She's just.
Well, there was a panel in Last Order when she was still on Tefari's where she was fighting one of those big robots, one of those GIB robots that came in.
Yeah,
it was GIB, or maybe, no, it was the MIB. And she puts her toe under a massive steel beam, flips her toe up, and kicks the beam into the air with just her toe.
Shit. I wonder if that's where they got the thing where she flipped that sword at Zapan in the bar with her toe.
It was a similar maneuver to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She flipped she flipped the massive steel construction beam into the air and then kicked it at the robot.
I do remember that. I got to go back and look at that now. It's been so long since I've read the manga. So, although I did read, yes, Angelus, I did finally read volume 8.
Yeah.
And I reread the, I guess the Sonic Finger thing, you know, before last week's Radio Chaos stream. So. Yeah, but Alita on the left there, even the Alita on the right, is not going to be impressed by Creek being able to bench over 300 pounds. I mean, to her, that's child's play. I mean, hell, you know, she's holding up something there. It probably weighs 3,000 pounds. That's 10 times more. She's holding it up with one hand. So.
I think it's almost like probably along the lines of a tractor trailer by its bumper.
Yes. Yeah, our girl's pretty strong, that's for sure. And she's got that ooh-woo on this too, doesn't she, Angelus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she does. Any thoughts there, Vladi?
No, just yeah, she's incredibly strong, man. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't tend to like think that much in depth about it.
Well, of course, the Creek does.
Yeah, I care more about like her, I don't know, her personality than the like intricacies of exactly what a precise pounds of weight she can lift and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like the caliber of bullets going into the weapon she's using.
Yeah, I'm gonna one of these days, hell, I may do it right after the stream here. That what she's got on the left panel there, that thing is roughly 6 to 7 feet long, because she's 4'11", and that's probably 6 feet. But assuming that is steel, which Maxie points out it might not be, but we don't have anything to go on. So, and given the fact we got a steel girder down there on the lower right corner of that panel, I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's steel. But I can calculate it by knowing the density of steel and how much materials there. Calculate that and compute how much that weighs. So I may do that. I think I will do that, actually. So anyway, well, that's our girl's strength. Now here's her speed. We talked about that just a while ago, but she's you see the panel on the right. She's pretty pissed. Yep. There. And she says, my rage travels at ultrasonic speed. And there's another panel in there. Now, I think that one, she may be in a berserker body or something similar to that. Because in that one side story, she's actually in her Imaginos body and she's traveling near the speed of light, But, I looked up what ultrasonic speed is, and it's almost 5,000 kilometers an hour. So... And that's, I guess sound travels at roughly 1/4 of what you see there up on the screen. If she can, 1/4 of that, that's probably going to be Mach 4 would be ultrasonic speed, but she can go faster than that. She can go Mach 6.8. So she's in that berserker body. That right there is metahuman speed right there. But in her Imaginos body, there's no way that you can grasp the concept of her being able to move near the speed of light as compared to ultrasonic speed. It is like millions of times faster, So, and of course, the fact too that she has that reaction time that she has in the movie, by deflecting that bullet, what you see on the left there, and being able to run at the speed she can run in her Imaginos body, she's got to have reaction time that's down in the nanoseconds or even possibly picoseconds. Think about now. She's got a brain chip, on her, in her Imaginos body. Think of the processing speed or power that thing has for her to be able to react in like nanoseconds. Yep. No human can do that, because at 10 milliseconds, that is about 20 times faster than a human can react. But nanoseconds, that's millions of times faster than a human can react. And she would have to be able to do that if she was going to run at relativistic speed.
Yep. She'd have to have a nervous system much faster at carrying signals than a human body.
Oh, absolutely. And she is an android. Now, once again, we all know she's human because she's still our girl, even that. Although I don't think I would want to piss her off at looking at that panel on the right.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do that to our girl. We're gonna stay on her good side if we can, But it's, and just you know, both of these are just incredibly much faster than humans. I mean, you know, even the cyborgs that were in the movie can't run that fast, you know.
Mhm.
So, you know, she's almost like a super cyborg in the movie with that berserker body, you know. So what do you guys think, Angelus, Lee, or Vladi? What do you guys think?
She's really fast.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think the 6.8 or the Mach 6.8, that's from the manga, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the manga, yeah.
Yeah, that's who is it? James Cameron. He had talked about some of the capabilities he was going to have her berserker body and the cyborg bodies in general capable of in the movie.
Yeah.
He toned that back a lot.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're just going off of actually even the tone down like he did, that's still so much beyond a human body's capabilities.
Well, I did a video on that where she was, you know, even fighting those centurions in the factory. I computed that or estimated she was running 125 miles an hour. And that was with jumping around and doing this stuff, swinging her sword and, you know, going way up in the air to come down on that other one.
Yeah, there are some cars that can't go that fast.
That's right. But if she was to run in a straight line, you know, where she didn't have to dodge or jump or twist or whatever, just ran in a straight line.
Faster, yeah.
She could probably go 200 miles an hour, I would think, you know, which no human being can run 200 miles an hour. And I think I computed that she was like 3 times faster than Usain Bolt, even in that movie.
Yep.
You know, because Usain Bolt, what was he running? About 30 miles an hour or something like that. I'd have to go back and look, you know, maybe 40 at max. But she's way faster than that, even in the movie.
Yep.
So.
How fast does she go in the movie, do you think? What's her fastest moment? Running to Hugo to save him? Or probably just win Motorball.
Well, a Motorball, remember, the wheel feet had to be, I guess, toned down because it had to be within regulation. If you remember, I guess Ito said it won't make you any faster because it's regulation, you know. And she was what do they move in Motorball? Is it like 100 miles an hour or 120?
I'm thinking Formula One racer speeds at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rodriguez or Cameron said it was like 100 miles or kilometers per hour.
Yeah. So anyway, she was being limited there because of regulations of the rules of the game. You know, I think in her berserker body where she runs, where she has no limit, you know, I think she can run 200 miles an hour, which would be approaching 300 kilometers an hour in the movie. You know, that, you know, just based on what we saw her ability to run in the factory. If they were to really do this like they did in the manga, then she's going to be a lot faster than that, you know. So,
well, if you look at Formula One racing cars, it's roughly 220 miles an hour on average, and she can probably top that.
Wow.
Yeah, those guys, you remember when she went to the track with Hugo? They looked like they were moving pretty damn fast when they were down there by the track, and those paladins went by them, right? They were going pretty damn fast, you know, so, and certainly she can match that, you know, so. Whew, she looks pissed on the right there. So I don't know how many humans, you know, can run Mach 6.8. I don't know a single one can do that. Yep. Or how many humans do we know can run 200 miles an hour? I mean, no human can run 200 miles an hour. So, you know, I would say in the berserker body, she's, in terms of speed, she's probably similar to that character Cyborg, because he can fly, you know, and he can fly 200 miles an hour, I think, you know, who knows. But she's going to be closer to the Flash, you know, in terms of her Imaginos body.
Yep.
Although the Flash, you know, he can run faster than the speed of light. So I think that's one of the things we did when we raced her against Superman, Flash, and Quicksilver, we figured the Flash, you know, we just based on what we've seen in movies and what I was able to dig up on the internet and on Wikipedia and stuff like that, we figured that the Flash would win. He would beat Superman, and Superman would barely beat Alita, and Alita would beat Quicksilver. You know, it's kind of the way we came up with, I guess. So that said, Quicksilver's not slow.
Nope.
No, he's not. So, okay, I guess the last thing here is her power and endurance. I don't have a whole lot to say about this one except the fact that she's got this antimatter microreactor heart. And I think you know, Ito put it best himself. She could power, that heart could power Iron City, the whole town for years. You know, so that in her berserker body, and even to an extent in the doll body and in the civilian body in the manga and all that, this gives her a big edge on other cyborgs. You know, now, you know, she, even though she's in that doll body right there, that antimatter microreactor heart is going to give her, you know, she's going to get the drop on or the ability to take out any cyborg that doesn't have that kind of Martian tech in it.
Yep.
I mean, antimatter reactor, really? No cyborg has that, you know. So even in her doll body, she's going to be stronger than most cyborgs. But, you know, you couple that with the berserker body, of course, that, which is what her core is designed to, you know, to handle. You know, she's going to be able to take them out, most cyborgs, with the doll body. But the berserker body, there is not a cyborg on the planet that's going to be able to take her, and that's not her strongest body. Yep, just a fan. She is a metal human. Yes. Yes, she is.
What movie do you anticipate her getting the Imaginos body? Do you think we'll get it by the third one, or not even then?
No, it wouldn't be the third one, because the third one's probably going to be the Badlands arc, and she's in a tuned body in that one.
Well, they would have to load more then.
Yeah, they'd have to make 4 or 5 movies for maybe the very, very end of the third movie. They might tease us with an Imaginos body, maybe. Perhaps, you know,
yeah,
they might, but before we really get to see her do stuff in it, though, I think it's going to have to be no sooner than the 4th movie, if they make a 4th movie, which the Creek wants them to make 6 movies. So
I think they will. Well, unless Disney goes out of business or something.
Yeah, hopefully they don't do that. I mean, so
Give
anyway,
us an ACU.
Yeah, we want an ACU. Now, here's where we might see Alita in Imaginos body, is in a series.
Do we want an ACU?
Yeah, we want an ACU.
What is a CU? Cinematic Universe.
Cinematic Universe. That's right.
Don't we just want a series of sequels? What you want? Loads of spin-off movies with different characters.
It's like that song, "We Want It All."
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you could have different characters, but I think it needs
to be all about Alita, right? It should just be her story.
Yeah, it'd be her story. But
we just want just keep telling her story. I wouldn't call that a cinematic universe. A universe implies loads of different like spin-offs and stuff.
Well, we could see something with Karula.
That's right. I'm coming out as anti-Alita cinematic universe.
Uh-oh. Nah, we don't want that bloody. We want to. Let me rephrase this. I want a bunch of movies with Alita in it.
Exactly. We shouldn't need to ape MCU's cheap phraseologies.
No, we don't need to do that. But I do think that we could see some series that have, you know, maybe Alita as not the main character, but she's in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've got loads of great ideas for series that we can do.
Yeah.
Like a Hunter Warrior series where there's some badass cyborg as the lead. It wouldn't have to be Alita.
Yeah, and it could be like that, you know, some badass hunter warrior, and he comes back into the Kansas bar and he sees Alita at the bar, and goes up and talks to her, and she leaves, and that's the end of the movie, end of the episode.
Yeah.
Something like that, I think, would be fine, you know.
She'd
Or
always
maybe-
be in the background because she's like the most famous cyborg in Iron City.
Yeah, and she could show up at a couple of points. Like they did a series of, say, 6 episodes where she would show up in maybe 2 or 3 of them, you know, it's just for a few minutes, you know, and then be gone. Then, you know, she'd leave or something like that, and you would continue with the story, you know. But she would still need to be somewhat of a presence, I think. Of course, we want her to have a presence in the movie or in any series. But I've always thought they could take the Mars Chronicles and make that a series. That would be Alita as a toddler mostly, you know, a little girl, you know, and then they could do Last Order. Now they would have to tone down, particularly they'd have to tone down the Last Order. I mean, rather Martian, the Mars Chronicles, and they'd have to tone down Last Order. But they could do that as a series, I think. You know, where they do maybe a Zot, you know, as a where it culminates, a 6-episode series culminates in Alita fighting in the Zot, you know, or something like that. Let Rosa voiceover if it was going to be animated, or they could really do live action, you know. I mean, whatever they wanted to do. So, by the way, you know what I've been forgetting to do?
What?
I've been forgetting to put the link in the chat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there it is, folks. If you want to come on, there it is. I'm sorry about that. I got so busy running my mouth about Alita, I forgot about it. So anyway, there it is.
I suppose that's understandable.
Yeah, I think so, you know. But you're right, Blotty. Look at her doll body there. Look how, I mean, now granted, we've been concentrating on the Berserker and the Imaginos bodies, but that is a work of art, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was just built for different purposes. It was built by Ido as like his own personal project for his daughter.
yeah, that's right.
Machine.
Yeah, I remember. I think
Yeah.
some of the backstory. They also had they mentioned that his daughter actually had some input on the design
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the little flowers and curly cues.
Yeah.
And she's got all these little
The
gold.
filigree and all that on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, got little gold inlays all the way in her fingers and in her toes.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it is.
Can't wait to get the doll body hand, the life-size one.
Yeah.
I would have it already if I didn't miss that bloody email about the dispatching of it.
Oh, really? What email was that?
Well, there's a whole palaver. Toys Wonderland. If you missed the email saying it was ready for dispatch, how do you want us to ship it? Then they just don't send you another email to remind you. Like, I must have been busy that day and I just missed it. And then eventually they refund you with store credit, and then you just don't get it. It's ridiculous. Now I'm here without an arm.
Well, that sucks. Why can't you
I'm
use the
never
store?
using them again.
Well, why don't you use the store credit to buy it again then?
Because it's sold out, obviously.
Oh, I see.
Hot ticket
Okay.
item. I don't know. The guy's probably just got it in his office.
He decided he wanted to keep it.
The Toys Wonderland CEO has probably got my arm in his office.
Yeah, he probably wanted to keep it.
Yeah,
And I tried to like threaten to sue them and stuff, but they weren't budging. And I've never be able to sue them. They're all the way in like Taiwan or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot like that bust we're trying to get, I guess, from Queen Studios. I still don't have that damn thing.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'll be sending it via shipping, so it will just probably take months.
God almighty, though. I mean, I'm really nervous about it in terms of, I hope we didn't give them our money and they just, you know, take the money and run, you know. Anyway, I don't think they will. They wouldn't do the Alita Army that way. That'd be too much negative reputational stuff, wouldn't it?
These companies seem to just not, these like East Asian companies just don't seem to give a shit about like, customer service.
Yeah. Well, they better not abscond with our money. They better not do that. They get some bad reputational stuff from us, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, any thought about Alita's antimatter microreactor heart?
Again, it's just really powerful.
Guess Maxie could have used one a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I guess he could have, couldn't he? Yeah. Well, I think Maxie's in good shape now, though, isn't he? Yeah, or he's a lot better anyway.
Is he on tomorrow?
Yes. Oh,
Nice.
I guess he is. I didn't see. He hadn't. When Angelus put the show notes up, I went and updated it immediately. But he's gone in there after. But
Cool. I should be there. I'm traveling. My family's coming to visit here tomorrow. Then I'm going back with them home. I'm spending a few days there, so
nice.
I should be back in time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do they live up north? No, you don't have to say.
No, they're London. They're from London.
Oh, they're in London. Okay.
Yeah, it's my mum's house.
Yeah, I remember when I went to England. One of the 3 times I've been there. I guess I really like that Lake District. That's up there. You come down the M6. I guess, and it's not too far. Yeah, it's really nice country there.
Beautiful. Lots of nice countryside.
Yeah, it was really great. I loved it. So. Okay, so anyway, I guess this is Creek's. This is the Creek's opinion right here, and I'll let you guys chime in and say, "No, Creek, you're full of shit," or something like that. If you want, that's okay. But here's what I think. I think Alita is an enhanced human in her doll body. I think she's a superhuman in her berserker body, and I think she's a metahuman in her Imaginos bodies. That's just the Creek's take. So what about it, Lee? What do you think?
I think she is an enhanced human in both the doll body and the berserker body with superhuman capabilities in the berserker body.
Okay.
And she is an android with a human spirit in her Imaginos body.
Yes. Okay. I can see that. What do you think, Blotty?
Yes, I agree with those bullet points.
Okay. How about it, Angelus?
Sorry, getting distracted.
That's all right. As we thought you would be.
No, I think we all know Alita enough by now that we pretty much agree with it all.
Yeah, well, there is one more thing there, Angelus. She has uwu in all the bodies.
Yep.
Amen to
that. The only body that she doesn't have uwu in is when I guess Nova wanted to put her in that octopus body.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
That was kind of strange right there. I'd say, no, okay, Alita, you don't have uwu in that body. Of course, he never put her in it, did he? He just kind of.
No, he proposed the possibility.
Yeah, just toying around with it. Of course, with Alita, with all those, if she had all those tentacles, she could strangle you in many different ways. So, probably.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Turning into a hentai.
Well, he couldn't do that to our girl anyway. We wouldn't let him. So,
no.
Yeah.
There are a few things in the manga that Jimmy Cameron can just leave out.
Yep.
Yeah, the manga's pretty dark in a lot of places, that's for sure. I definitely want to see her in the Badlands arc, though. I want to see Alita avenging. Well, I want to see all of them. I want to see
There's loads of cool things that have to stay in, obviously.
Yeah, I want to see her make the transition, where she rediscovers her humanity when she meets Figure 4. I want to see that. That would be really cool, I think. We get to see her become our girl again, because she's going to be off the rails before that happens. So, she's going to be pretty dark, at that point.
Just a bit.
Okay, guys, any other last thoughts here on this one?
No, she's just clearly a superior being.
Yes.
To us mere mortal humans.
Yes. Yeah, as in her imaginative body, particularly, she's as close to immortality as you can get, I think. Because I think she still, it's kind of like Lee says in the imaginative body, she does have a human spirit, you know. I like that. That's pretty cool, you know. So maybe she's not a metahuman there. Maybe she is something else with a human spirit, you know. That's, of course, I still think our girl's human, even as an android. She's still got that human quality, you know, and stuff.
That's another thing I want them to change. I don't want her to be an android.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they do that. They don't have to make her an android, you know. They could make her keep her a cyborg, you know. But
yeah, I don't think we're going to see much of or any of the Last Order stuff unless they make a second trilogy beyond the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as they finish the main Battle Angel Alita, we can be fairly content.
Yeah. And hopefully, if
anything else is a bonus.
Well, if it makes $1 gazillion, then we can get movies 4, 5, and 6. Then.
Or if Avatar 3, 4, and 5 make like $3 billion each, then they can just keep funding it.
Well, typically when you get movies like that, we get several of them. They figure about 200 or 300 million each movie comes down. You know, like for instance, $2.3 billion for Avatar 2. If you use that rule of thumb, then Avatar 3 will be $2 billion. Avatar 4 will be $1.7 billion, and so forth. You know, which is even Avatar 5. If it was 1.4, 1.5 billion, that's still way more successful than anything Disney's been putting out lately. That's for sure. So
yeah. It's unfortunate. I don't know. I wish there wasn't so much cynicism about Avatar. I thought Avatar 2 was great. I should make more money with every movie.
Well, I thought it was great. You know.
I know. If you wanted to watch a terrible movie, just go watch Barbie. No, I'm just kidding.
What? Just go watch what?
Rage quit.
Watch what?
He's dumping on Barbie.
Oh, Barbie. Oh, okay.
The Barbie movie.
I can't be freaky watching it.
Well, you know,
I'm just Ken. You got me. You're gonna get me singing "I'm Just Ken," Angelus.
Well, I might watch it when it comes to streaming, just out of curiosity. But yeah, you're right, Angelus. I'm not going to the theater to see it.
I'm going to see it for a second time in like a week with my brother.
You stop that right now.
No, I'm
going
to go see it the third time just because you said saying that.
Oh, David Alexander has a great idea. Every story has a right to a beginning, middle, and end. Absolutely. Which is what kind of Cameron was wanting. Really, he wanted Alita Battle Angel. Then he wanted Alita Fallen Angel. Then he wanted Alita Avenging Angel. So there you have it.
Yeah. Although I'm not, with the way he phrased it, I think he was sort of implying it could just keep going on, but
yeah,
I'm not sure it was that set in stone as a trilogy. Well,
in terms of content, he's got enough content for it to keep going on, doesn't he?
Yeah, and like
almighty.
What's Kayomi? What's the actress's name again? Lana Condor.
Lana Condor.
She was saying how big the IP is for like expanding it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was telling my brother here the other day that actually there is more characters in the Alita IP than there is in Marvel. So, yeah, I mean, it's a bunch. You know, you saw that one picture of her where she's standing in front of all these characters. You know, good God.
I'm afraid I have to head off. It is after 5:30.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up right here. So anyway, did we miss anything, you guys?
No.
Yeah, I think that about covered it.
Yeah, I think so. We've kind of hit this topic a couple of times before, but I kind of wanted to do it with just Alita, you know. And as you can see from that center panel, Alita loves her Uncle Creek, that's for sure. And just do a little shout.
Also wishes Vladdy a happy birthday.
Absolutely, yeah. God, I should have put that in there. Damn it. Oh well. I
It
should have
doesn't
put
matter.
the-
I've got screw all you guys. I've got the one from Selena now. I don't care about any of your purchases.
Absolutely.
And for that, I'll keep on saying Barbie sucks.
No.
Okay. All right. Shout out to our lady, our queen here, Rosa. You know, that certainly, you know, in terms of being an actress, she's #1 in the Creeks book. That's for damn sure. And of course, Elle Lamont and Jesse Fisher are right up there too. We want to see all of them come back. We want to see Screwhead come back in the next movie for sure, you know, and form a partnership with Alita. You know, that'd be great, I think. You know, they'd have to kind of write it in such a way where it doesn't, you know, deviate too much from the manga. But, you know, they could do that. They could pull this off, I think.
She could have like a gang of like female cyborgs that she's got backing her up.
Yeah, that's right. And if they don't bring Screwhead back, then we want them to bring these two ladies back, you know, as someone else. So who knows, you know, they could, because I mean, since Elle didn't have any lines in Alita Battle Angel, you know, to give her she had a different character with some CGI in it, she could have some lines, you know. But I want to see her come back as Screwhead, you know, her and Jesse, you know. I think that'd be great, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the host tomorrow, Angelus. You want to say a couple of words about this?
Better not be late, Angelus.
Oh, he won't be. He's all right.
He's always running fashionably late, is Angelus.
He's all right.
I mean, like, no, I can't figure out anything to say that.
That's for dunking on Barbie.
Well, we've had a couple of things on this stream about what the Alita Army could do, but you know that was pre-sequel. This is going to be when the sequel's announced. What are we going to do? You know, that kind of thing.
Pretty much, it'll be all saved for tomorrow's discussion.
You bet.
Yeah, when you think about it.
So join us for that tomorrow. The Creek's going to be
that Barbie lover over there can join us if he wants.
I should be there, unless I'm rewatching Barbie at the time.
I'll send you a link, Bloody.
Get out now.
Cool. Okay. So anyway, moving right along because I know Lee's got to leave. So why is this image here? Well, that image is there because the Creek likes it and he's run the stream. And of course, to paraphrase Gruwishka, I'm only here for our girl and the Elite Army. And of course, all of us in the Elite Army are only here for our girl. Any last thoughts, Lee?
Nope.
Angelus?
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh for sure. Yeah, she looks pretty pissed in this picture too, but she still got ooh, doesn't she? What about you, Vladi?
I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a Ken.
Oh my God.
Press that mute button.
All right, guys. So anyway, that just leaves us one thing to do, and that'd be the call to action. Now, next week there will not be an Alita live stream because the Creek is going to be down in Arizona. Yeah, the Creek's going to be down in Arizona competing in the national championships for bench press. So, So anyway, but what I will do though is I'll scour, you know, some of the past. Go look at some of the past Alita live streams and upload that, you know, as a replay or something like that. I can do that.
Just make sure that you channel your Alita's micro arc reactor and not your Ken energy.
Yeah, well, I do channel Alita a lot of time. I mean, Alita. Well, yeah, Alita. I do channel Alita before these competitions, you know, because I always use that little segment where she's in the locker room. You know, that's you know, that's kind of a neat thing, you know, because these things can get a little, how would you say, nerve-wracking at times, you know. So, you know, waiting to compete and stuff like that. So anyway, but Alita, you remember, she was all happy-go-lucky and nothing bothered her. So anyway, that's the way that works.
Yeah. And yeah, so I don't want to keep Lee any longer. So we'll get to our call to action.
All right, let's get the call to action on my count of 3, and that would be 1, 2, 3.
Film those sequels, baby.
Baby. And we will catch you tomorrow on the, I guess, the Radio Chaos stream.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, Alita Army? This is Hot Toys Alita, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Alita Livestream. Please join my Uncle Creek, Angelus, and our other guests for next week's show. Remember, I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and film those sequels, baby. See you next time.